Welcome to the BFME2, the Rise of the Witch King in a one-on-one matchup between amazing players. We have the green Isengard player Mr. Smog and his opponent, the blue Dwarven player Solas. So it's Dwarves against URUKS from Isengard. Let's see. Two mineshafts opening for Dwarves and the opponent player going for two furnaces into the URUK pit. The URUKS of Eisen. And I think in a one-on-one situation, the URUKS are slightly ahead at level 1. At level 2, and the Dwarves are level 2, they have the charge attack, which will kind of give them the advantage. But if the URUKS are level 2, they will also get the Bloodthirst ability, which will also make them a bit stronger. Overall, I think URUKS are one of the strongest swordmen in the game. You can recruit right off the bat. There are counters to that. Of course, you can go for the Black Numenorians, but that's something you need to pay money to from a level 2 production building, while URUKS can be recruited from the level 1. He's gonna go for the URUK pikeman. So I'm assuming he wanna creep this. He already set a waypoint, as you can see and tell. So it's gonna lead to this area as soon as the URUK pikemen are out. And the dwarves build a mineshaft close to this layer 2. So I think that's gonna be also the plan. Nope, that's not gonna be the plan actually. He's gonna go for the guardian opening. So no creeping for this guy. I mean, to be honest, also the Guardians are able to creep this, but the Wargs are gonna deal way more damage to the Guardians than they ever could deal to the Pikemen. So on this map we have Warg layers, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, and also white layers at the bottom and top side. And each of these white layers are protecting the inn on each corner. For Isengard, it would mean he will get the chance to recruit the Black Orcs. And for Dwarves, he will be able to recruit the Hobbits, if they ever decide to capture this flag and conquer the inn. The pikemen of Isengard. Easy creeping for them, no problemo, basically took no damage at all. In the meantime, the Guardians are getting out and getting into the mineshaft. And he was able to build a mineshaft close to this area at the top left corner. And the Riding Call has been used. He's gonna get them out from this and send one of them to the top side. So the furnace is gonna be their target. That's their waypoint. So they're gonna take this one down, which is basically no protection. The Uruk pit number 2 is gonna be built up, but remember the Uruks are expensive units. They're not as spammy compared to the orcs or to the goblins, even to the Ingmar with the Traumaster. But the mineshaft has been demolished. So you don't want to fight them when they are, being buffed through the Riding Call, which will make them super strong. But I think these Guardians will also get the chance to commit to this furnace, even though the crossbowmen are hitting them. Their specialty is to take down the structures in literally no time, using the aggressive stance for more damage output. The crossbowmen are dealing good amount of damage, but it's gonna be too late, too little. Maybe, actually, some of them are kind of, for whatever reason, oh my god, oh, he did it actually. That's unlucky for the crossbowman actually. You cannot target a specific unit from the battalion, you just need to right click on the battalion and the crossbowman will hit whatever they want to hit. They could have also hit the only guy who was hitting the furnace, but they decided to hit the two guys who were attacking the Uruk pit. So 2 furnaces down, that's not a good start for Eisen. But he at least was able to steal part of the money from his opponent. The mineshaft, he was able to spot it. So he needs to now find a way to take it down. Otherwise, this what just happened will repeat itself over and over again. Make way. Okay, so what is the plan though? You see, they are using the rocks on the ground to have like some, natural defense for this structure, which will make it for the pikemen of Isengard incredibly difficult to reach to this mineshaft and take it down properly. That's what you want to do. You want to use the map for your own advantage and place your structures in places where you have a little bit easier time to defend. The furnace, the mineshaft is going up. He will be able to creep this with his pikemen. I'm curious if he's also going to capture this in right after. You'll find out very soon. The furnace, not the furnace, it's the mineshaft destroyed. That's good. This one also has been taken on in the meantime. One more Guardian is gonna go and try to find something, but the Uruks are here to welcome them. Smash them. The one weakness and the obvious biggest weakness of the Guardians is their mobility. They are not mobile at all, so you can not run away. You have always the choice and the forced choice to stand and fight. If you try to run away, you will die in any way, as you can see in this situation. So does he have the Vorchan available? Yes, he never used it yet. He also collected 7 power points on top of the Vorchant he started with. Could go for the Palantir or of course the Kribine, which would be the much better choice, kind of turning the fight in your favor and making the enemy units weaker, while your units will be dealing more damage thanks to the debuff, and this can be combined with your own buff, the Vorchant. Now the pikemen are important to be kept around, otherwise the battle wagon will look for a engage and trample you down. He's taking way too much damage from the fortress though. What is the plan? Is he gonna commit to this mineshaft in between those production buildings, or is he gonna try to take down the forge works? That's the big question. It looks like you want to take down oil barrels over and over again, and he's kind of holding on his Vorchant, kind of refusing to use it. Will still get the chance to surround the mineshaft in a very great way, and with the great surrounding of the mineshaft, the Dwarven player will be forced to use the rebuild to kind of save it. So it's always good if you force your opponent to choose those defensive powers from the spellbook, which kind of are good for the situation, but it will slow you down in your progressing part, you know, getting to the 10 power point, to the 15, to the 25, and so on. There is another mineshaft built up at the top left corner, so it's quite greatly hidden. Still double Uruk pit, so basically pumping out Uruks over and over again. What could be also a great counter to this Dwarven units is going to be the Berserker. You can recruit from the level 2 Uruk pit, so it's going to only cost you 300. In addition to that, you will also get 10% faster production speed on the Uruks. So overall, I think it's a good investment. Has good splash damage, has good melee damage. Not very tanky, but he does need to be tanky. He's about to deal damage. And he cannot be ignored. If you ignore him, he will wipe out your army in no time. Now I think he's gonna group up all together and go for the Vorchant. That's exactly what he's doing. But the Dwarven player Solas is doing a good job kind of splitting the army into two pieces and pressuring from both the sides and kind of forcing his opponent to make a choice. Which area does he need to protect, or does he want to protect? Beautiful trample into the crossbowman. This one is a healing. They will commit to the Uruk pit, and the Uruk pit, one of them is going to be potentially taken down. Lurks is shooting, but dwarves don't care. Using the carnage with the sword, running them down. Almost level 3. So after the first couple of minutes into the game, we can take a look into the current power points and command points. So Smoky, the green Isengard player on the right side of the map, has collected 600 command points so far and sitting on around about 9 power points after the Vorchan and Kribine, okay? And the Dwarven player has 800 command points in his bank and has collected 7 power points after the Rallying Call and the rebuild. There's also Men of Steel coming from the level 2 archer range. These are the elite archers from the Dwarven faction, which are a great counter to the Uruks and pikemen, of course. So in order to counter this, you need to get some Vork riders. But that's something which is easier said than done. This mineshaft is still there, still hidden, so the Isengard player has no clue about the existence of this mineshaft. And you can see the Men of Steel are kind of demolishing the front line. And once he's done dealing with the pikemen, the battle wagon could be activated, and you can go for a huge trample and wipe out the backline. Backline, of course, are these crossbowmen. You can see they are placing the pikemen in the porcupine formation, which will make them like they are standing there like a tank. They cannot move, they cannot attack, but they are damage absorbers. The battle wagon will get bullied a bit, but he should be just fine. Lord's also continuously targeting the battle wagon. In the meantime, a big push coming through the hobbits, into the center of the map. And more Men of Steel are going to be sent forward. If you don't know, the hobbits are also a counter to the heroes. So that when they throw rocks, they can actually deal hella damage to any hero. That's a beautifully designed map, by the way, guys. I like it. The waterfall, the bridge design, look at this. It looks awesome. So what I'm trying to say with this is, even though the year is 2025 and the games are released, you know, round about 20 years ago, there are still lots of people investing time. Like, this is not made, this map was not made by EA Games. It was made by the fans, by the players, by the people who have been in love with this game ever since its release. And if you ask me how you can support the BFME games, all you need to do is join the multiplayer scene, be a part of the community, and help us to grow the games, you know, in popularity by having more people, so we can have bigger tournaments, bigger player base. So wherever you are from, you can always find games to play with your friends or against people at any time of the day. This would be legit the best sport you could show to any of these BFME games. We've also King Brand up on the field. The Warg Pit level 2 for the Warg Riders. The Furnace level 2, but Isengard is under constant pressure. Here comes the Warchant, and now he's trying to disengage, but the Guardians will still go down. Now he's done trying to disengage. He's gonna turn and fight. And the Men of Steel, like mentioned before, they are just stronger. When they are level 2, they have also the Black Arrows, which kind of helps you to attack the stuff that is even out of the range, you know what I'm saying? It extends the range. Oh, but we have Saruman. Saruman is here. And that's going to be changing literally everything. Remember, Saruman is a fast hero on foot. Even though he's an old man, but his legs are made for sprinting. So the Men of Steel, even though they are very strong, they cannot really get away from the Wizard. So one beautiful Wizard Plus into this huge area, and you can get from level 1 all the way to level 4 or something. And then you have Fireball, the Blast combination in rotation, and you can use them over and over again to unlock your Thunderbolt, which is a semi-range ability. You can I think you can cast it from here, for example, on these guys, you know? But first of all, you need to unlock to level the Fireball from the level 2. That's the most important ability, so you can poke them from a long distance. Warg Riders are doing good, punishing the Men of Steel for being greedy without pikemen. These units now need to find a way to regain the map control, like destroy those mineshafts and lower the resource income from the Dwarven player, which is super important. Go now, URUKS. And almost level 5 Lords. Show them what you're made of. Isengard's eco in late game is super strong now, thanks to the devastation, and you can always go for the industry too, but I think in order to get to the industry you need to pick up the Palantir first, and later on you have the chance to build lumber mills, get the field of fires, and, you know, grow rich, and then you can spam army with upgrades, with heavy armor, forge blades. You can... Ooh. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Kaboom! He got level 2, right? But he's getting chunked hardcore. He got level 3 right off the bat, and the Fireball will be used right after. Now you need to be careful with Saruman. You don't want to be losing him. The Weapon of Tunland was summoned on top of the enemy army, and Saruman should be in a fine spot. But the pikemen are coming. That will be enough to force the Warg Riders to retreat. One more hit on this battle wagon, it would go down from Lords. And again, the big punishment here. No, nothing to protect. What is this guy doing over here? No, run! Show your magic and disappear. He disappeared, but I don't know if it was about the magic or if it's about, you know, the time. The cloak. He cloaked with his cloak. But you know the Middle Earth, right? When wizards are gone, they usually tend to come back stronger. 550 command points, his command points capped. Devastation is about to be ready for the second time. That's the whole ability on these war gliders. Almost 10 power points collected for Solar's dwarves after picking all the 5 power point spells from the spellbook, including the 10 power point spell Hobbit Summon. You could go for the 10 for the Undermine, for example. That's a possibility. I think you can also go for the Tom Bombadil, if I'm not mistaken. But also you can sit on the 10 points and go for the 15 instead. You need, I think you desperately need the Wizard to turn these fights into your favor. Men of Steel are not to be joked with. That's gonna be Slam Shot. He got crippled. There are so many trees, it's hard for me to recognize the fight, in which direction it goes. I think the Men of Steel are still untouched, so that but dwarves should be the one who are coming ahead from this fight. Hobbits are also kind of forcing Lords to retreat. He's level 5, he has leadership finally unlocked. That's something dwarves don't have. But the Wargs go for a trample. Go trample this way. Beautiful trample, but the stun is coming in clutch through the Cloud Break. Now you cannot trample anymore. Oh, he's so low, this guy. And the Wargs got crushed while being stunned. It doesn't feel okay to be in this spot of this. What is this animation? Do you see this? Kind of looks odd. I think he should have not lost the Saruman there, you know? Like, send him back to the base, chill, because let's be real, without his spells, Saruman is not a great fighter. He's not like an auto-attack hero you can send in and he's gonna, you know, swing his staff and try to crush. Beautiful heal. Great trample, but there are just too many of them. Sharko is getting bullied. Ultra low. Slam shot coming from King Brand from downtown. Oh yeah, they have leadership, I take it back. They have leadership from King Dean. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they didn't get crushed from the trample. They've also gone up on the field. So literally every dwarven hero beside Gimli are on the field. They also level up like crazy. So level 5 is gonna unlock the Mighty Reach, which will make the dwarven units even stronger. But I don't even know if it's needed. Now he has 475 command points available. He went for the Field of Fires and trying to build some lumber mills to compensate the amount of mine shafts to furnace differential between him and his opponent. Oh, he went for the lightning strike from the fortress. Do it. He crippled King Dean, but King Dean is a tanky boy, like all the dwarven heroes beside King Brand is. King Brand is also another dwarf. I think he's like a Man of Steel. You see the damage of the black arrows against even heroes. And I think Smog never revived his heroes too. Now the Shake Foundation is available from the daddy of Gimli. It's super high damage output. Ooh, the trample into the backline. Beautiful actually, he kind of cleaned up all of the Men of Steel. That's awesome. This has 4 minutes cooldown actually, but I think that's totally fine. It's like an overwhelming ability, right? It's like a skill shot, but once you hit it, even if the enemy moves away from it, it will kind of follow the enemy. And it's not a hard to hit skill shot, especially not against dwarves, which are super immobile. They cannot get away from it. Lord stays low. There is no well, there is no regeneration possibility beside time. So you need to just send him somewhere in a place and forget about him for like a minute until he's back to full HP. They have also the Mithril Meal, by the way. The dwarven units, they are so crazy tanky and strong. King Dean might be in trouble. Gimli, save your father. Or save your king, I think. I mean, he's side by side with his daddy, by the way. You can't see, but I can see them. This is Gimli, and next to him is Klein. Shake Foundation has been used. The full commitment on the fortress. It kind of also seems to disable the building for a short duration. So even if you can't destroy it, the enemy can't use it. until you see this animation being gone. Berserker. That is a leap attack. Maybe Berserkers could be good enough to finish off this Dwarven heroes. Gimli, big trouble, Gimli. The barrage is gonna be used from the... Ooh, but he killed his own Gimli with the barrage. It's like nobody kills my Gimli beside myself. The Fortress of Armor is a beefy structure, not easy to be broken. Dwarves are super wealthy. The Dwarven richness, you already know, they digged maybe too hard. But in this case, they don't get punished for this. And this is something you don't usually see. Dwarven Mithril Mail on a huge amount of Men of Steel archers. And my man Lord's in big trouble, being super low in health. Look, he needs like 3 hits now to kill one of the Men of Steel, this Lord's.
Are you all dead?
But sometimes he needs like 2 hits, I don't know.
Let's go. This way, Archer.
This way, archers.
Stay light-footed.
Okay, big push. He knows the fortress is low. Eisen is poor. An faction that is potentially the weakest when the eco is not looking good. Like all of the stuff you want to do with this faction is high technology. And for high technology, you need to pay high prices. And when your income is not good enough, you cannot play the game in a good way. Like usually at this point of the time, you need to have the URUK army with heavy armor. And you need to have industry, I don't know, fuel the fires to keep pumping these resources in. So you can play with 3-4 URUK pits and, you know, basically out spam your opponent. Fortune has been used, Lords has been taken down. Okay, we hear Saruman getting back onto the field. Fireball! And immediately level 4. Maybe Saruman is your savior. Maybe this was the only way for you to turn this around.
Come, my servants. Tear them down.
But sadly, we reached a point of the game in which not even your blast is able to kill this Dwarven army. It's still good because you knock them down, you disable them, you damage them, but you cannot one-shot them anymore since they have the Mithril Mail. Pyro purchase. Ooh, the Thunder Lightning Strike. Always be running. Against heroes, it's not super impactful, but that's totally fine. There are 3 heroes against 2. Lords got killed before. The hard focus on... Ooh, this was the Beast Slayer arrow from this boy, by the way. Also chunked him. And so many projectiles that can fly at his waist, right? Basically black arrows from the Men of Steel. You have the slam shot and Beast Slayer arrow. Firewall. Ooh, this is so close. He's gonna be finished. One more hit. I knew it. You have failed indeed, bro. But not much you can do. Just too much burst, too much range, too much damage. What can Saruman do against such reckless damage? The Dwarven heroes. The pride of the dwarves. The pride of the dwarves. The question, guys, let me know in the comment section down below, which of the factions in Rise of the Witch King? There are 7 available factions. We are talking about Goblins, Mordor, Isengard, Men of the West, Elves and Dwarves, and Angmar. From these 7, which is your favorite faction, most favorite faction? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you don't want to miss out future uploads on this channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like to this video. I will see you next time. Take care of yourself, keep hitting like a truck, and as always, stay beyond standards. Peace out, boys.